Good morning, good morning, noon, good afternoon, folks. How is it going? How's it going? We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So if I am looking here, and then I'm looking here, and then I'm looking there, it's because we're live on 3 different platforms. So guys, hope everything's good with you. How is everyone? Listen, today I am going to be talking guys and giving some tips and advice on how to get your home market ready during lockdown. Okay, not only that, I'm going to be teaching you how to add value to your property as well. It's exciting times. There is a secret formula that I'm going to be giving you in this video, and I'm going to explain that formula, and you can implement it in time. You will get a much better price for your property. So look guys, let me tell you something. Okay, people typically buy what they want, not what they need. All right, I know that there is something in your head, whatever that is, okay, that you didn't need but you wanted. All right, that you couldn't live without, you know, or the car that you drive. I mean, could there have been more practical economic choices in terms of your car purchasing? You know, did you need that car that's on your drive, or did you that beautiful looking car that's parked on your drive? You know, look, loads of examples like handbags. I mean, how many people have designer handbags? Did you need it, or did you want it? Was it something you couldn't live without? And you should be looking at this. It's no different to property. Okay, property is exactly the same. Okay, you want to turn your property into something that a buyer wants, not what a buyer needs. You know, and that's how you add value to your home. And I'm going to show you in this live video and walk you through some of the things you can do to make that happen. So first of all, let's take a little glass of water. Okay, guys, first of all, let me give you that secret equation. All right, and that is practical value plus intrinsic value, okay, equals total perceived value. All right, what does that mean? Well, look, practical value, for example, practical value is having 2 3-bedroom, semi-detached houses on the same road, identical in size, identical in layout, and you would think that they should both sell for the same price, right? Well, actually, no, not if one of them offers intrinsic value. So guys, bear with me. I'm just going to put onto my screen that formula, and it's something that I want you to remember. It should be running alongside the bottom of the screen. So practical value plus intrinsic value equals total perceived value. Okay, I want you to remember that. So the example that I'm about to give, two houses, 3-bed, semi-detached houses on the same road, identical in size and layout, both should achieve the same price. One of them, though, has intrinsic value, okay, which means that it is to be more luxurious. It's staged perfectly. It's professionally photographed. It makes the buyer feel good when they walk through the front door. Okay, that is intrinsic value. All right, the practical value is having 2 properties that are identical. The intrinsic value is figuring out the things that are going to make a buyer feel something, make them believe. The intrinsic value is something that's going to make a buyer pay more money for an identical sized house on the same road. Okay, and I've got tons of examples where we've done that for clients, offered them advice on how to add intrinsic value, and we've sold their properties for more money every single time. It's very, very fascinating. There's a real psychology involved with it. So look, let's talk about how we add intrinsic value to your property. And I would say, firstly, my phone is not here. Maybe one of the kids have taken away, but look, firstly, you guys I think need some inspiration, and the best place to do that, and this is where I get all of our inspiration for clients, you know, if I'm offering them advice on staging and decor and things like that, yeah, I offer them lots of advice. I get a lot of my inspiration from Pinterest. Okay, so what I'd like you guys to do right now is grab your phone, download the Pinterest app. Okay, and I want you to type in, what did I type in earlier on? Okay, so I want you to type in home staging ideas on Pinterest, all right, and read through some of the articles. There are tons and tons of articles that are available online giving you advice on tips on how to home stage, all right. Or alternatively, grab Instagram and hashtag home staging or interior design and look at some of the inspiration on there as well. You know, either way, here are some of the basics that I'm going to teach you guys, all right. So let me see. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, if you want me or the team to offer any advice at all, then you're more than welcome to give us a call on 01277 500 396. We can offer as much advice as possible on this stuff. I've probably got more to say than I can say on a live feed. Or alternatively, we are offering remote valuations. So all you need to do is head over to bookevaluation.com and you can book something straight in the diary. But in the meantime, look, let me get back to this advice. Declutter. It's so unbelievably important, and people forget this for some reason. You know, decluttering your home is unbelievably important. When buyers walk through the door, you wouldn't believe it. There's studies that have taken place. When buyers walk through the door, if there is clutter all over the place, their attention does not focus on the size or the layout of the property. All right, naturally their eyes focus on clutter. So make sure you declutter your house. Paint the property, paint your house in neutral colors. You could experiment in pastel colors if you want. Let's see, fill in any cracks and holes. Really important. The buyer's focus always, their attention always focuses on, even if it's like a superficial crack. You know, if you see it, don't turn around and say, well, that's nothing. That's a superficial crack. Buyers don't look at it like that. When they walk through the door, they see a superficial crack and they think that it's more than what it is. Okay, so fill in holes, fill in cracks, paint your property in neutral colors, maybe pastel colors, you know, fill in those cracks and holes. Look, this is very important. Staging the house is, I can't begin to tell you, staging the property is one of the most important things you can do. So if you've got like bedrooms in the house that you're using as a bit of a dumping ground, that really should be, those rooms should be staged as bedrooms with lamps and beds and, you know, nice, what's the word? Bedspreads. There you go. Nice bedspreads. And in fact, I'll give you a really good example of this. We helped a client sell a property for £25,000 more than they had previously achieved with another estate agent. And, you know, why did that happen? Because the property was staged. The advice that we gave them, they came off the market with that estate agent. We gave them some advice. We could have quite easily have just jumped straight in, put it back on the market, sold the house, earned our fee, and we were done with it. But that's not what we did. That's not what we're about as a business. We're about offering advice that's gonna then help clients achieve a better price. Look, it took an extra week to get that property onto the market, but you know what, it was worth it in the end. Her second bedroom was a dumping ground. The furniture was terribly, throughout the whole apartment, was really badly laid out. Okay, there was no natural flow. It didn't feel good when you walk through the front door. But, you know, we offered some advice. She worked really, really hard, turned that second bedroom that was a dumping ground into an actual, staged it as a bedroom, moved the furniture around, purchased some lamps, some mirrors. It made a really, really big difference. And, you know, things like lamps and mirrors create an ambience. Well, the lamps create an ambience. The mirrors reflect light and they make rooms look bigger. Unbelievably important. You should do an IKEA run, you know, and check that stuff out. Really cheap, modern, stylish furniture. Anyway, obviously, I don't do an IKEA run now. It's terrible advice. Do it after lockdown, guys. Do the IKEA run after lockdown. But yeah, we achieved £25,000 more for that client than they had achieved with the other agent. But look, so let's see, where are we at? Okay, yeah. Right. got some more facts for you guys. So look, listen, did you know that 27% of potential buyers focus on furniture and decor? 24% focus on clutter. Interestingly, men focus on the exterior of properties, whilst women focus mainly on the interior. Very interesting. The exterior is very important to the house. Like, you've got to ask yourself, honestly, does your house look ugly from the outside? If it does, then I think you need to be pretty honest with yourself. If it does, you know, don't try and kid yourself. Don't walk outside, look at your house and go, God, that's a pretty house. If it's an ugly house, it's an ugly house. Okay, you have to come to terms with that and make it look prettier. All right, and there are a couple of things you can do. I suppose you could, if it's got like a brown pebble dash. I'm really sorry if you've got brown pebble dash on the front of your house. You know, look, don't hate me. You know, hate the brown pebble dash. It's an ugly looking house. You could do something about that. You can paint it white. All right, you can paint it. It makes such a big difference when first impressions count. Unfortunately, we get told all the time, don't we? Don't judge a book by its cover. But you know, we do it human beings do it all the time. And you know, it's the same. It's no different to your house. Someone's going to pull up to the front of your house. If they think it looks ugly, you know, they're going to have bad vibes immediately. So paint the front of your house if it looks something like that. If you've got some, you know, if the budget suits, then render it. Ideally, rendering the houses, like rendered houses, look amazing. Yes, okay. So yeah, exterior is very, very important. Don't forget your garden. People neglect gardens. You know, you can make the house, you can make your garden look beautiful. Look, imagine the flow of buyers as they're walking in, and you've got to remember, you live in your house all the time. I get it, but you've got to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer. They're about to walk into a property, your property, I've never ever seen before. Okay, you need to make them feel something. Okay, that's intrinsic value. Okay, and remember that formula. Okay, I've got it on the screen. All right. You know, practical value plus intrinsic value equals total perceived value. It's very, very important. You want to get to the point of having intrinsic value. If you add the two together, you got like a nice sized house in a nice location, decent size. You create this beautiful, if you stage it beautifully, paint it with neutral colors, you know, like I said, turn those rooms, those spare rooms into, you know, those rooms that are dumping grounds, stage them into bedrooms, adding intrinsic value. You add value to the price of your house. You've got a better chance of a buyer walking through the front door and paying more money, trust me. And look, you know, this stuff honestly doesn't have to be expensive. You know, I've seen clients, you know, like kitchens. People love a nice, beautiful kitchen. People love that, right? But people don't always have the budget to replace an entire kitchen. All right, I get that, but you don't have to have a huge budget to upcycle that kitchen. I've had clients, you wouldn't believe it, trust me, I've seen this. I've had clients spend less than £1,000 on worktops, painting kitchen units, putting the nice kitchen knobs on, you know, and I've seen the results and they are pretty impressive, and they've done that for like less than £1,000. So, you know, you can get inventive. You can jump on eBay, you can jump on Facebook Marketplace, get inventive. All right. And guys, you know, furniture is very important as well. Why do you think all these new builds, why do you think they spend so much money on interior design? It's because they want you to buy into a lifestyle, don't they? They want you to walk into that property. They want you to feel something. They want you to buy into something. Okay. Every time you walk, I don't care who you are. Every time, whether you like new builds or character homes, every time you walk into a staged new build, it just gives you this positive feeling. And I've seen those houses sell for far more money than you know, houses that stage sell for far more money than those that aren't. So, you know, I mean, look, if you want to go all in to this intrinsic value, you want to go all in, then my advice, if your furniture is not stylish, sell it get it on Facebook Marketplace, or upcycle it. You know, if you can't upcycle it because it's ugly furniture, you know, just go out there, keep insulting people's furniture and exteriors of their houses. I know that by calling them ugly, but I've got to be honest with you. If I'm going to give advice on achieving a much higher price for your property, then you are going to want to listen to this advice and take that formula into account. But yeah, you can do that. Look, I mean, I've remodeled our living room with my wife. You know, we've sold our old furniture. We've done a search on Facebook Marketplace for some new furniture. We've replaced old furniture with really nice, stylish furniture. It didn't cost that much money at all. So you can do that, remember. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to suggest, guys? You know, look, you know, remember that formula, very, very important. And look, again, if you guys are thinking about moving home, I know we're on lockdown at the moment. You know, if you want any advice from me or my team, then do give me a call on 01277 500 396. I'm here to offer any free advice. If you're thinking about a valuation, we are doing remote-based valuations at the moment, so you can book something straight into our diary. You've got to head over to bookavaluation.com. Anyone's looking, just stick that in if you can put bookavaluation.com into one of the comments, that would be amazing. And yeah, look, I hope this has helped. Make sure you download Pinterest, get some inspiration from Pinterest. To summarize, I don't know, what are we, lamps, make sure lamps create ambiance, mirrors create light and they make rooms feel bigger. Stylish furniture helps. Remember, you know, a big percentage of potential buyers focus on these things. They focus on furniture and decor and personal items. Actually, that's another thing I forgot. Take down personal items. No one wants to see your family photographs, unfortunately. You know, these people that are entering into your home need to see themselves living there. And personal photographs don't help, but they do focus on heavily on furniture and decor. I think it's like a very small percentage, something like 4% of people only focus on size and layout on the first visit. So you see the psychology there. And when we're out of lockdown, you put your property on the market and you've got viewings taking place. There's one other thing: make sure your house smells nice. You know, you can do that with some plugins. No one wants to smell Rover the dog, you know, or Trixie the cat. Okay. The truth is, I've never met anyone with a cat called Trixie. I don't know where that came from, but you know, no one wants the smell of dogs. And look, smell is a very, very powerful, one of the most powerful human senses. You know, so it makes a really big difference. So, guys, listen. That's pretty much it. If you'd like some help from us, you know, you want a valuation, head over to bookavaluation.com. Let me get that up on the screen. I don't know whether you guys can see that. Bookavaluation.com. You can book a valuation straight into our diary, or give us a call on 01277 500 396. You can also contact us on WhatsApp. But look, we are here to offer free advice. Everything I do is based around wanting to try and offer the kind of advice to give, to offer you to achieve the maximum price for your property as possible. That's part of what we do. I hope you're all well. I hope you keep safe on lockdown. I hope this live feed wasn't too long, and I hope that you've taken something from it. But remember that formula: practical value plus intrinsic value equals total perceived value. It's going to help you when you come to adding value to your property. That formula will help. Think about the intrinsic value that you can add to your property. I can offer loads of advice on that if you need me to, but if in the meantime you want to take something out of this, then I've done my. If you've taken something out of it, I've done my job correctly. And stay safe. I wish you all well. Take care, guys.